Relax and let me tell you a story in the quietest way.
Can you imagine vanishing from the face of the earth for 25 years while your family pretends you moved away, but you never actually left the house? This is the terrifying story of Blanche Monnier, a beautiful French socialite who disappeared in 1876. Everyone thought she ran away or died, but a quarter of a century later, police opened a padlocked door in her mother's attic and found something that made seasoned officers vomit on the spot. She wasn't dead, but she wasn't exactly alive either. In the late 19th century, in the aristocratic town of Poitiers, France, the Monnier family was the picture of perfection. Led by the widowed Madame Monnier, who had even won a prestigious award for being a model mother. But behind the velvet curtains of their grand estate lay a secret so dark it would eventually shock the entire world. The tragedy began in 1876. Their beautiful daughter, Blanche Monnier, who was 25 years old, fell desperately in love with an older lawyer. But her mother despised him because he was poor and a failed professional. Madame Monnier forbade the marriage, and suddenly Blanche vanished from society. The family told neighbors that Blanche had moved away. Sometimes they hinted she had gone insane. Eventually, the town simply forgot about the beautiful girl who used to walk the streets. For 25 long years, life went on as normal in the Monnier house. The mother hosted parties, the brother lived his life, and the servants kept their mouths shut. Until one day, in May 1901, the Attorney General of Paris received a chilling anonymous letter. It read, "Monsieur the Attorney General, I have the honor to inform you of an exceptionally serious occurrence. I speak of a spinster who was locked up in Madame Monnier's house, half-starved and living on a putrid litter for the past 25 years. Skeptical but obligated to investigate, the police arrived at the estate. Despite the mother's protests, they forced their way upstairs. They noticed a foul, rotting smell seeping from a padlocked door in the attic. When they smashed the lock and swung the heavy door open, the stench was so overpowering that the officers physically gagged. But when they shined their lanterns into the pitch-black darkness, they saw a nightmare. The windows were boarded up, allowing no light, and in the corner, on a rotted straw mattress, lay a skeletal creature that looked more like a corpse than a human. It was Blanche Monnier. Now 50 years old, weighing only 55 pounds, completely naked and covered by her own long, matted hair that reached her feet. Lying in a crust of old food, bugs, and her own waste that had accumulated for 2.5 decades. She was terrified of the officers, squinting in pain because her eyes hadn't seen sunlight in 25 years. As they gently wrapped her in a blanket and carried her out, she gasped at the sight of the sky, whispering how lovely the fresh air was. The investigation revealed that her own mother and brother had locked her in that dungeon simply to stop her from marrying the man she loved, a man who had actually died in 1885. Meaning Blanche stayed a prisoner for 15 years for a man who was already dead. The mother, Madame Monnier, was arrested but died of a heart attack just 15 days later, escaping justice. While Blanche, the girl in the attic, lived for another 12 years in a sanitarium, her mind forever broken by the silence and the darkness, proving that sometimes the cruelest monsters aren't hiding under the bed. They are the ones who tuck you in at night.